Okay, I'm trying to make sense of why I'm suffering those past few days. Every night that I stayed in Eureka, I suffered. Now, I looked around at how other people were reacting, and they all seemed fine. Everybody else seemed fine. It was just me. It may be because I have a multiple chemical sensitivity. I'm older and I'm more sensitive to things. Something that would make me feel like I have a heart attack. I'm about to die of a heart attack. A younger person might just look at it as anxiety. You know, it's that difference in your vulnerabilities to these chemicals, biological, whatever weapons that nature develops against us. And some people are more vulnerable. I saw old people around who looked fine. I mean, I'm kind of a new guy. Maybe I'm just not inoculated. But I mean, I did see reports about dead seals showing up on the shores of the ocean. I didn't see any myself. But it got me curious. Maybe there's something that has to do with the Red Sea and me. But I didn't jump into the water at all. So it had to have gotten to me in some other way. And I'm thinking that it definitely came through the air. I don't think I drank anything. Or touched anything that could have exposed me. Every night, and only at nights, I took a nap during the daytime and I was fine. But when that nighttime came, horrible things came out. I'd wake up at odd hours of the nights with a panicky heart. So it was just very, very odd. It wasn't like all this, it wasn't like sleeping next to somebody who likes to burn their trash to keep warm. I had that problem in a couple of cities before. But this is different. This is a very different feeling. I'm going off of how it feels. And there were seals that washed up on shore, and they say that was because of red tide. So I'm like, well, red tide is limited to just the ocean. How would it reach me? And then I see that in some other articles that it can go airborne too. So that allows it to extend beyond the ocean, the harmful toxins from the red tide. And where I was sleeping, my windshield, all my windows were getting fogged up. Okay, so this moisture was coming from somewhere. All right. I was wiping like just a lot of moisture off of my car in the mornings, cause after suffering, and that last night, the fourth night when I moved over to the hospital, my windows were completely dry and I felt actually fine. So I'm thinking that the red tide doesn't just travel in the air as much as in the moisture that comes off of the ocean at night. That gets into my lungs and affected my breathing, and my heart rate went crazy. I mean, it felt like a heart attack. It was awful. And once again, I'm probably more vulnerable. I probably have a weak heart and all that stuff. But I'm feeling fine now. I felt fine last night because I'm in a very different area. I don't know exactly how far away I am from the ocean, but my windows stayed dry at least. So I guess I was far enough to stay out of the way of the ocean. But it's so mysterious at the time, so frustrating. I mean, I like the area. I like Eureka. It's a nice area to explore, but to sleep there overnight is horrible. And I don't know how the homeless people do it. There's so many of them sleeping outside. They're up early in the morning. I will say that. A lot of them are sleeping during the daytime. So they might be getting affected, but nobody's really outright said anything. They might not know. And you never know, because this is such a mysterious, magical disease these things that you can't see that just play with you. I mean, I could smell smoke, okay? Sometimes it's hard, but I could smell it. I just got to get in a clean area and then step out into the smoky area to really know. I could smell smoke. They say that the red tide air problem, pollution, is not smellable. You can't detect it. I couldn't. The only thing I could use for evidence is that my windows got foggy and I was close to the ocean, and it happened at night. So it's a toxic area, and I don't know if it's a seasonal thing. Everybody's affected differently, and I might be the most sensitive person out there. But I mean, this is just a warning video about that.